Coming up, mud, drones and a hunt for wolves. Plus, a man nearly falls off a bicycle as I go biking on the UK's longest gravel loop. With the North Cape 4000 endurance cycle event creeping ever closer, I thought it was time for some proper training. Plus, a chance to test out the bike and gear I plan to take with me on the trip. So, with my regular gravel riding companion, Big George, I set out to ride the first half of the Wolf's Way in Suffolk. As the name suggests, the Wolf Way is believed to be the only gravel route in the UK that still has active wolf packs. Much of the North Cape route passes through Sweden, Finland and Norway, where wolves are commonplace, so I'm hoping Suffolk will give me the chance to practice some vital wolf avoidance strategies. Equally exciting, I've purchased a drone for enhanced footage. This is the first outing, and yes, I'll regularly be launching the drone. The Wolf's Way is a 400km loop around Suffolk and completes the so-called Big Three of UK bikepacking gravel routes, alongside the King Alfred's Way in Hampshire and the Llewellyn Way in Norfolk. For this trip we will be spending 2 days riding the northern section. Me and Big George rode the King Alfred's Way over 4 years ago, back in 2021. It was a tough ride, lots of climbing, rough descents and track quality that varied from poor to medieval. Even more disappointingly, I discovered that King Alfred had never actually ridden the route himself. Then in 2023-2024 we tackled the Llewellyn Way over 2 trips. That was very much at the other end of the gravel continuum, minimal off-road and mostly quiet country lanes. I'm hoping the Wolf Way sits somewhere in between, so let's find out. We started the route from Lowestoft, the furthest point east in Great Britain. Day 1 will be heading west for nearly 100 kilometres or 50 miles, for our overnight pub accommodation near Eye. A lot of the day we spent on country lanes, with occasional section on bridleways and muddy farmers' fields. So here we are, we've made it out Lowestoft. We finally got to the first off-road section. It's rather muddy, but this is what the world of gravel biking is all about. Battling through the farmers' fields as we are at the moment. And then, for the first time, I launched the drone. But how do you get the drone to follow you? Drone follow me technology is actually much older than you'd think. It doesn't use radio signals or Bluetooth. No, it's based on the exact same method Shakespeare used in A Midsummer's Night's Dream to make characters fall in love. Each time you launch the drone, it falls madly in love with the first person it sees and will then follow them loyally wherever they go. A very neat solution, I think. So we're 20 miles in now. Disappointingly still no sign of any wolves. So all that practice from chasing and getting away from packs of wolves, haven't been able to practice that yet, but there's still plenty of the Wolf Way left to go, so hopefully we'll see a pack or two shortly. And then this happened, as Big George nearly fell off his bike. This was the closest either of us came to fall over the 2 days, which was very disappointing. So we've been going back, we're well over halfway now on day 1. No wolves still, unfortunately, but never mind. Plenty of time yet, and we're probably not in ideal wolf country. Not enough forests here. But we are in sort of Ed Sheeran country at the moment. So hopefully we'll have a sight of Ed if he's about. He might sing us a song. We might see his castle on the hill later on. I'll take a photo of that if we do. Getting a bit cold now. But we're pressing on for our second cafe stop, which will be in Eye. Not so good now, as it seems to be hailing. Right now, and we're on the final 10 miles today. This looks promising. It's getting towards dusk. It's the right sort of territory for wolves, I should think, and so hopefully we'll see some wolves so I can practice what I need to do when the wolf pack attacks. I made some good bit of footage as well, so hopefully that happens, and we'll keep going for that. Then, after a long day in the saddle, we had made it to the Bell Inn in Rickinghall for our overnight stop. So we finally made it to the hotel. As always with gravel biking, it seems to take a lot longer than you'd expect it to. It was 54 miles, and we were cycling out on the road 7.5 hours with a couple of stops, but it was tough going, especially the last 7 or 8 miles, where most of it was down muddy tracks. Anyway, here now, sadly no wolves today, which is a bit disappointing, and we didn't see Ed Sheeran either, and we're out of his sort of manor tomorrow. It was also good to get my first ever go with the drone, and some good drone action, I hope, which will all be part of this video. So all in all, successful day. After an overly leisurely breakfast, we set off on day 2. We will be going on the Wolf Way as far as Icklingham, and no, I don't make these names up, before diverting off through Thetford Forest to catch our train home. So, day 2's underway. We set off our overnight excellent accommodation we had, and today's going to be a bit more challenging because over 50% of it's off-road. So coming up on the left here, I was quite optimistic there were some wolves on the side of the road, but they turned out to be ponies. Apparently we're in Nettleshore Heath now, and that's famous for its ponies. Although I thought that was the New Forest, but I get easily confused with my pony geography. So onwards. So this is really by far the hardest section we've done. It's very, very muddy. It's very, very bumpy. Lots of tractors have dug it all up. So progress is absolutely glacial along here. Right then, so we're just coming to the end of a very long road section. We're about to come to the King's Forest, which is then a very long off-road section, the longest we'll do, and it goes all around the edge of the forest for several miles. The King's Forest section is a good 10 miles and takes about 90 minutes. There are a variety of surfaces to choose from, including mud, track and lots of sand. The secret of cycling through sand is not to stop pedalling, otherwise you'll fall off. So I'm very excited, and this could be the moment I've been waiting for. I've spotted these sheep, and I'm just hoping they might be wolves in sheep clothing, and I could actually meet the wolves I was after, but on closer inspection they do appear to be sheep in sheep clothing, which is a bit disappointing, and still no sign of any wolves. But we're nearly at the end of it. It's been really pretty, although quite hard work. Then it's a long road section till we get to Thetford Forest. The last bit of off-road, and then to the train, but there's still 20 odd miles to go. In other news, Big George has foolishly eaten all his sandwiches and drunk all his water, because we haven't really passed anywhere where you can refuel or go to shops or anything, obviously, and we're off road most of the time. But I've still got 2 sandwiches left and half a bottle of water, and I'm prepared to sell one of the sandwiches to him at a ridiculous rate, because that's the world of market forces, and there's a deal to be done, and I hold all the cards. I believe the expression we use now is. Okay. Shortly after leaving the King's Forest, we left the Wolf Way behind and headed on a long, busy road to Thetford Forest. Unfortunately, Big George has found this sandwich bar, so is no longer willing to buy the sandwich off me with this sandwich tariff that I've introduced on it. So it's now worthless. But that's the importance of doing a deal, and a harsh lesson in economics for me. With the Wolf Way coming up empty-handed wolf-wise, and hopefully Thetford Forest would deliver. But it didn't. There was one final chance to launch the drone before the hammer was down, as we made a dash to Thetford Station. We caught the train with only a minute to spare. Then it was time to relax with a job well done. Back at Crusader Towers, I reviewed the experience, and despite the lack of wolves, I marked it down as a successful bikepacking practice trip on my bike rating spreadsheet. It was then time to clean the bike, ready for the next adventure.